Hi. Okay, so does this sound like you? You're thinking about having an aesthetic treatment. You want to look a little bit more refreshed. You're getting a little bit older. Maybe you're in the late 30s onwards kind of bracket, like me, and you're keen to get in touch, but you're worried. You're worried about looking done. You're worried about maybe having some pain with the treatment. You're worried about being judged. You're worried you'll have to keep up with those treatments forever, otherwise you'll deflate like a balloon. If this sounds like you, then I'd love it if you could start to watch these every week. I'm going to start putting them on every week. Initially, they won't be live, but I'll build up to that. And I'm going to answer some of these concerns. So for the first one, I'm just going to answer the really obvious one that everybody mentions, and it's the one about looking done. Nobody wants to look done. Well, that's not right. Some people specifically want to look done and they need a little bit of education about that. Most of the people who come to CB, they're very sensible and they just want to look refreshed, but they don't want anyone to notice and they don't want to, shout out to the world about that. So just to answer this, then I'll keep this as, quickly as summarized as possible. So the first thing I would say is that one of the reasons that people might come to see me is because they see that I look natural and I don't look done. Now, I've had dermal filler procedures and Botox. Can you spot where? I'm not going to tell you. I'll also come to that on another day. But I've had procedures and I'd like to think that you can't tell. Everything moves. Don't look weird. Don't look like an alien. And a lot of people, they are reassured by that. And the thing to say is that my absolute passion is that I give you natural results. That is what I'm striving for. So you probably see on my social media that I'm constantly going for loads of training. I've been with some at Skin Viva where I work this week with Dr. Tim Pierce. He's who I trained with from the start. I also do a mentorship with Dr. Lee Walker. And basically, all of the top aesthetic doctors, it's all about natural. It's about keeping it, avoiding looking like aliens. It's about making sure that people interact with you naturally and don't feel like they look done. So we need to know about the anatomy. And so I endlessly am studying the anatomy of the face and what looks natural, the natural proportion, what looks natural for a man, what looks natural for a female, and how to avoid crossing over, making a woman look more masculine and vice versa. And the way that we do that is thorough kind of learning all of the time and a thorough understanding about using the right products. So I use absolutely amazing products. I've been using Juvederm for the last 5 years. I'm now moving a little bit into using Teoxane. They're both fantastic. You need to have a range of products for different areas so that we have a nice movable product that sits in areas around the mouth, because you're constantly moving and we don't want to be able to stop that. In the cheeks, we don't want a solid chunk of filler very superficially so that you can't move when you're talking or it looks fake. So there's the range of products I use, they work really well. It's about knowing where to put the particular product and which layer. We have lots of layers in our from our skin down to our bone, and it's important that I know where that goes. And so I do know that, and I keep learning more and more and advancing that knowledge and advancing my training. So that's one important thing. The other thing to note is that I will always spend 45 minutes to an hour with you to discuss what you would want to achieve and any fears that you have, so that we achieve the look that you want at the pace that you want to go. And I really do insist on that before we do anything, so that hopefully as well, by the time we do any kind of treatment, you will feel completely reassured that and not feel anxious. I wouldn't want to proceed with anything that's not going to be in your best interests and make you feel happier at the end of it. That's the aim of the game. So I think they're probably main things. It's basically just a thorough understanding of the anatomy, making sure that so even if you don't choose to come to see me, you can make sure that you look at before and afters and make sure that you are confident that when you're looking at those afters, you're thinking, that looks nice, that looks subtle, it doesn't look done. I have some examples on my website and on my Instagram page, and hopefully you'll agree that they all look really subtle and natural, and I'm really proud of that, and that is basically my passion. That's what I strive for. I'm going to stop talking now. I'm just going to end with just again saying that every week I'm going to address something new. If it could be from you and it was a bit more interactive, and eventually I'll kind of build up to maybe doing some lives so you can actually ask me some direct questions. That would be amazing. So please send me some messages, just to my personal message me, and I will get onto that. I hope this has helped. 5 minutes. I hope you made it to the end and found it interesting. I'll speak to you soon. Bye bye.